All right. I think I am live. Let me double check here. Make sure I have my settings all correct. YouTube isn't telling me I'm live, and they sometimes don't. It says public, so that's good. All right. Yeah, we have someone come in. Say, hey, everybody. Hey, Zen friends. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to finish all the readings from earlier today that I did not get to. And you'll notice there's no chat listed because I'm not taking any new requests. I'm just finishing up everything from earlier. I will be back Friday for new readings. I'm on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and Saturday and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you'd like to join me then for new readings, or if you want to become one of my YouTube channel members, I do have two levels: Zen Cricket $2.99, Praying Mantis $7.99 a month. We get together on Thursday nights for our own session. This week and the next 2 weeks after that, we actually will be meeting on Wednesday nights just because of a personal thing going on. So I won't be here on those Thursday nights on Wednesday night instead. But besides that, we usually are 2, 3 hours, sometimes 4. We do Oracle, um, past life, unlimited tarot readings too. And so we do all that kind of stuff. If you're interested, there's links down in the description box for that. And I've got a ton of free content available too if you need messages during the week. I offer personal readings too. There's a link for that in the description box too. So blah, blah, blah. After I'm done, actually, in the description box right now, you'll see a list of the order in which I'm going to complete the readings. We do donations, the donations from earlier first. Then I move on to, I've got 2 YouTube channel members for their free readings. And then I move into the long list of all the free readings. So you can see where your name's at and when I'll be doing it. But after I'm done with the stream, I will post a pinned comment listing all of those names. But next to them will be the timestamp. So you can just click on it and go directly to your reading as well. So I know, a little snazzy upgrade on how we do readings, right? So just know that in case you're like, am I going to have to hang around for 3 hours or 2 hours, however long this is going to take to complete them all, to know. So at least you can choose which you'd like to do. All right. So, and I always say who I'm starting on next when I'm going to do a reading so you know who it is and all that. So, all right. I'm moving to the Naked Heart Tarot for this makeup session. So that's what we're going to be using. And so let us jump in. And thank you guys for being here and for all the thumbs up. It really helps spread the Zen love. And I appreciate that. All right. So, Aria, you are up first. You have 2. So thank you for your dual donations. Let me grab these here. We're starting at 3:30 for you. Perfect. So let us dive in. So question number 1 is that said visitor. So Vitor M. So that individual, are they interested in you? All right. We'll find out from that first. Let's take a look here. Okay, they want that one, not all those. Is it just one card? Let's see. Is there any others? Oh, I keep on getting a bunch. But those 3 are for that. Okay. And then, will you ever really be in love with someone who is reciprocal with you? Oh, I know, right? You're tired of the love I've had so far, which isn't real love, just 2 people venting their traumas. Welcome to relationships, right? Excuse me. So let's find out here what Spirit wants you to know about finding real love here. Okay. And that one, which leads to that one. Okay. We will find out. So, first of all, is VM, are they interested in you? We got the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups as the primary energy. You can see how they're leaned up against the Ace of Cups, and they're looking at these 3 cups down below here. They're in that same position as you are with this. I'm just tired of the relationships. It's the boredom of love that they're in that same kind of place, because those 3 cups are those cups of the outside world where they're just like, I just don't feel I'm finding that love I'm looking for. It's always falling short in the outside world. Let's see, is he currently interested with you here? Yeah, there is with the Ace of Wands, that is physical and energetic attraction. So there's a passionate attraction there. I do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card here with the Leo card. Mainly right now, a lot of this is about, I don't know, it is a lot about passion and looks and more the physical energetic attraction. So they are interested in you, but more at this point, they've kind of are, like you said, where you're at, where you're like, I'm just kind of bored with the love I'm finding in the outside world. It's just not fulfilling. And so they're more going, well, I'm interested in, you know, attraction and intimacy and that, but I don't know if I'm interested in love because it's not you. They're not interested in love. They're just like, I feel like they've been having more uh, examples of what you've been getting, and they're just kind of like, I don't even know if it's out there kind of energy. So it's starting off there, but let's look into this other piece because I feel it's important. They're mirroring, you guys are mirroring each other to show each other that, there's got to be more to love than what I've been finding. And let's take a look here. So, are you ever really going to find love with someone who's reciprocal, right? No. Well, there's a reason why you get these cards. So, you got the expectations equal heartbreak and disappointment, and then the 10 of swords, which is when you're trying to live up to all these expectations and find all these expectations in the outside world, right? It starts off talking about expectations, and expectations are what suck the life out of a relationship. Ultimately, well, before we jump into that, because it's important to know this about love and what we look for in the outside world. But the big thing is that with this Four of Cups energy, whenever we look for love out here without having found our self love here first, the outside world is going to be reflective of our inner love. So if I can't find the love I'm looking for out here, means I haven't found it in here yet. And that's most humans. That's our journey. We're hungry and thirsty, which is what the strength card is about. We're hungry and thirsty for higher love, for the love that we had before we came down here, eternal, unconditional love, right? And that's what we're hungering for. That's what we're thirsting for. And we come down here and we're like, I'm hungry for that love. Where is it? Oh, it's out there. There's relationships and jobs, like situations like jobs and educations and social status, all sorts of situations you can get in. You'll find it there, and things and your body and money, bank account. You'll find it all out there. Just it's those three areas. And then our lion, our human, we come down here and is our human in the strength card. It's the lion. And we're like, all right, well, we go and we eat of relationships, of parents and family and friends and lovers and all of that. We eat all these different types of relationships, and we're still hungry. We eat of career and jobs and education and all sorts of events and situations, and we're still hungry. And we eat of body, and we eat of things and money, and we're still hungry. In fact, we're more hungry. It's like American Chinese food. We eat and we're hungry an hour later. If it feels fulfilling, it's very short-lived. If at all, we feel it. And we become hangry. We're hungry, angry. Our lion is roaring in the jungle because it's so hungry, it's desperate, finding that love, and it can't find it out there. Well, eventually we become disappointed enough in the outside world, and we become tired of the instability and just the lack that we feel out there. We turn inward and upward, and we're like, there it is, the unconditional, eternal love we've been looking for all along. Why didn't you tell me it was in here? And they're like, well, your journey here is to go to find it out there, not find it out there, turn inward and upward and go, oh, there it is, fill up with it, and then overflow with it. And then other people, when they give you love, is above and beyond extra. So we don't feel this lack. The world becomes, it changes from a world of lack to a world of overflow and above and beyond extra because we found it in here. So you won't find the love that you're looking for reciprocal out there till you find it in here, because and then you won't need it from the outside world anyway. We still want it, right? But we're looking for that 10-course meal with 2 desserts, and we can't all we find out in the outside world is dessert, not the 10-course meal that we're hungry for. We turn inward and upward, we find that 10-course meal, we find the 2 desserts, and then we can always make room for more dessert, so that's why we'll accept and look for love from the outside world still. We're like, "Yeah, I'll take more." But whereas before someone coming to bring us 5th dessert says, "No, I'm not gonna give it to you." We're like, "No, don't take away my 5th dessert," because we hadn't found our full meal on the inside. We thought we're trying to fill up on dessert, empty calories, no nutrition, right? And our soul is hungry, our heart is hungry because all we're getting is this, you know, sweets. But it changes where when people don't want to give us that 5th dessert, instead of like panicking, we're like, Thank you. I was so full. You're doing me a favor. We're not desperate for it. Right. And so it changes. And so it's all about finding our self love, going inward and releasing the thoughts that don't serve us anymore, the emotions that don't serve us anymore, the energy that doesn't serve us anymore, the physical things, possessions, all that stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. We do a big purge of things, and we seek and we find this love inside. And then we can look to the outside world for the above and beyond extra. And that's why when I'm you are finding reciprocal love, right? Because every relationship in the outside world is a reflection of our self-love. And so exactly what I have to give is exactly what they're what I'm seeing in the mirrors, right? Because it's friends, family, lovers, everyone. The more we raise our love vibration and we find our self-love, the more our external relationships reflect that back to us too. And so it's always reciprocal, but it's like I don't like what I see, and it's like, oh, there's when we point, right? There's 3 fingers pointing back at me. I don't like this love I'm finding. Oh, well, here is the projector that's projecting it out there. So I go in here and go, "Oh, okay. I don't have this love for myself." And so once I find that for myself, then it'll be reflected and it'll come from the outside world too. So it's amazing how that works. Um, so back to these other cards here, and I know that was a long explanation, but I feel like that's maybe more for than just you and me too. I think we all can learn from this. But when we return to looking for love in the outside world after we find it within ourselves, these expectations, all of these opinions we've had growing up about who someone should be, what they're supposed to bring into the relationship, how the relationship is supposed to start, how it's supposed to progress, what it's supposed to bring for me, who I'm supposed to be in it. All of that sucks the life out of a relationship. All these opinions about what love should be are rooted in fear of not being good enough, fear of not finding love, not being worthy, fear of rejection, blah, 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 all these fears. And we get all these opinions, we take them on all for ourselves. And so there's this big long list. Well, what expectations do is when we focus on them, we're focusing on what something is not being, right? Like, I'm not finding this, It's like, well, because we have this long list of what we think love is supposed to be and how everyone's supposed to be, and we're checking and we're like, we're identifying what's missing. But our energy, which when you look at the bottom of the deck, you have the page of one, sorry, which is this awareness of where we focus our energy is what we attract. So when I'm focusing on the not happening of expectations, I get more not, I get more lack, I push things away. When I focus on gratitude for what something is, then I get more of what I'm having gratitude for. So when we have gratitude in a relationship with someone, and I'm not focusing on, well, they're not doing this, they're not doing this, they're not making me feel this way. Well, those are all things in here, right? Then we just push it further away. When we find love inside of ourselves, then we have gratitude for the love that comes in because it's above and beyond extra. We're not focusing on everything that's not there, right? So that's the important piece with that. You got the star card, which is dream come true energy. And so the dream come true, there's a lot of clarity that can come in with this, right? Because this is about all those thoughts and beliefs. We have this dream of what love should be. That's fear based, but we can recalibrate what is my dream come true. And it's finding my self love. And then we don't care so much about what people are doing or not doing. We're just having gratitude for what they are because we found we're full already. We're not worried about getting those other desserts. It becomes we don't need it, but we want it, but we don't need it. So if I don't get it, I'm not devastated. I'm just like, well, I'll get some tomorrow. I'll get some more dessert tomorrow. No big deal. It's not as you know, extreme for us, right? So there is that calibration coming in. Yeah. And there is this, timing here. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And then you have the two of pentacles. In this case, it's a, hourglass, which all this is about balance and timing. And it's going to take some time for things to unfold because if we keep doing what we've always did, we're going to get what we've always gotten. And so there's like this pause coming in. It's like asking spirits advice would be take some time. You can still date and do whatever, but just realize I'm not going to expect to find that love till I find it in here. So if I want some distractions, if I want to have these, individuals mirror back for me who I am so I could see my progress, sure, date, do all that, but you're not going to find the love out there until it's here. So just realize it's going to take a little bit of time to um, change the habit of looking out here to in here till this becomes the habit, and then you fill up, and then the whole thing changes. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, because you have 10 of cups, you have this ability to have this emotion overflowing, and the spirit of cups is that feeling of someone who's a perfect, joyful being here. So you have possibilities of finding the spirit of cups. The king of cups is one of my super compatible partner energies, someone who's balanced between head and heart. That's the compatible reciprocal person you're looking for. 10 of cups, that brings you this love that's overflowing, but that happens after that. So hopefully that makes sense. um well, that I know that was a lot, but it is for us. And then I'll pull a fortune cookie for you. Then we'll go on to your second question right after, so you don't have to go hunt for it. We'll just put them both together here. And I feel like I want to go to the guardian angel cards for this one. Okay, this is the one here. All right. So here's your guardian angel. So pretty. You got prayer. The prayer is, Dear guardian angel, help. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, it does say it. Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. Wow. I am loved. Beautiful. All right. So that is number one. So hang in there, my dear. And then number two, oh, come on, get over here. There we go. So, oh, wow. You were nominated for promotion at work. Congratulations. Will you be able to change areas within this company? Is Diego trying to sabotage you? Everyone says he's a. Is that a duck? Oh, a snake. Oh, he's a snake. Ooh, ooh, okay. Let's take a look here. All right, let's take a sip here before we get into this tea here. It's coffee, though. All righty. Excuse me. All right, Aria. So, number two, will you be able to change areas within the company? All right, got that. Let's see. We don't want both of those, just that one and that one. But we do want this one too. All right. I feel those are below it though. And then let's see here. Tell us about, well, first, is Diego trying to sabotage you? We'll do that, and then tell us about Diego. We can dive into them a little bit too, just to know what's happening there. All right. So sorry. I ate and I'm a little phlegmy. I do apologize. I don't mean to be hacking up over here. The bottom of the deck, just overall, you have this great energy of the Hanged Man, which is about transformation, transition, evolution, caterpillar moving to a butterfly. So I like that energy coming in here for this. Um, you can know that, excuse me, you can trust that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. Caterpillar doesn't go into a cocoon and come out something different, you know, with all that. So let me grab a cough drop here. All right. So, will you be able to change areas with the company? Oh, look at Three of Pentacles. It's a good card because it's about being true to your authentic self. It's about worker ants here, and it's about being able to be in different places and that you're able to express yourself. It's about creativity and movement. The ants are movers and shakers, right? So I really feel this is good. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. The apprentice becomes the master or promotes, right? The and that this is a lot like the hanged man energy too, because it is a cat. I usually use for both of these. I use caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, and that they are, they go places, they change where they hang out. They don't crawl along the floor. They migrate and they don't seek leaves, they seek nectar and blossoms. So it's definitely a change and a transformation, but it's putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You see the rewards come. And then you have the sun card, which is a victory. One of the big, big, big victory cards. And underneath that, yeah, you have the Three of Swords, which is the expectations equal disappointment. We had that in your other card too, right? So it's an awareness here, yeah. But when we focus on what's not happening, we go back to relationships. That applies to everything in our life. If I focus on what's not happening, um, and the fears of what may or may not happen or want and need. I want that promotion. I need that promotion. I need to change. I want to change. If we focus on all that energy, that's um, when I don't have something, right? When I lack something in my life, I want something, I need something. But lack energy, when we focus on it, brings us lack. So, something that can help you with this, because you're doing all this other stuff, but if I can change and focus on what I'm grateful for regarding jobs. So if I want a new job, I go, Creator, I'd like a new job, I'd like a new position. We ask him once, and then I start telling the Creator, um, I would what I love about my current job is I love this. I love this. I'm grateful for this. And these other jobs I worked in the past, I really loved this about that job. I was really grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I had that experience and that this job had this and all that gratitude. And an example I used earlier in the morning session was like a waiter, where if a waiter comes up to us and all I do is talk about the things I love, they're going to let me have a platter that has all that. We'll bring that to you. You're like, yes, that's like the creators. Like, they're not a waiter, but this is the energy of it, right? But if I'm focusing on everything I hate or that I fear and this, then I get all of that brought to me. So if I focus on lack and I focus on want, I get more lack, more want, more need. Not, I don't get what I'm wanting or needing, I get more want and more need. And so see the difference there. So if we change that and you apply, you do all your stuff and you just start being grateful for the job that you're doing, the stuff that you love about what you're doing and have done. And then that is, we're telling the creator what we'd like to have in a position, and then that comes to us, right? So I like that for you. Hopefully that makes sense. And then Diego, are they trying to sabotage you? Nope, the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is our own fears are what sabotage us, no one else. The Eight of Swords is my thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are what make me feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. So they don't sabotage us, we do. We sabotage ourselves. But this Eight of Swords is a good flow energy because this means you've been identifying what of these beliefs and stories that you've had haven't served you in the past before and you've been letting them go. That's why this is a beautiful flowing energy. Think of an Eight of Swords, of four on each side. If it was a nine or a Seven of Swords, there's an obstacle in the middle. And if I got the Seven of Swords, then that would have been like, yeah, he is a snake. But there's no snake here. There's just our own thorns on the rose that we are, that we're the only ones that can hold us back. No one can sabotage me. I can only sabotage myself. And so it's being aware of that. So I like that. Let's take a look here and find out what else we can know about Diego here. So we have the Six of Cups. That's past life energies. Let's see here. Spirit of Wands. Okay. I'm just going to look at all the cards here. Innocence of Cups. Page of Cups. And the High Priestess. There is some hidden and unknown things here about them with this High Priestess card. So no one's, no human is without its fears and, stupid stuff we do when we're in fear. But for the most part here, this person feels like it's someone that is, with the Spirit of Wands, it's someone that takes action. And then Innocence of Cups is to bring happiness, to help people. And I feel like with you, especially with the Six of Cups is one of my past life energies where there is like a connection, an extra special connection there, where I feel like they are putting in extra effort to, um, to help you. So I don't feel like there's sabotage. I feel like they are actually doing the difference. And when you say everyone says there's a snake, he's a snake, probably some people, not everyone says he's a snake. Only those people that like to gossip say he's a snake. And it's probably because he didn't do something for them that they wanted him to do. And sometimes people get a bad rap. I I like your energy. Excuse me, because you question, well, people say that, but do I want to listen to the gossip? Do I want to listen to all of that? It's like, nah, you determine who someone is. Yeah, go in with your eyes open. Well, people are like a lot of people are saying he's a snake. Well, I'm going to go in aware that um, he might have some snake-like tendencies. There's a difference between defining someone as that and saying that some people have actions. Yeah, he might have some actions like a snake, but he's not a snake. He's a human character who has an actor behind that character that's a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And If you believe he's a snake, then he will become a snake for you. But if you look for the good in them, guess what? You'll see more good in them too. That works for everything, right? Whatever I focus on about someone is what comes around. Let's see what your fortune cookie is for this one. We are going to use the angel numbers for this, for your promotion. Yeah, and you are protected. I like it. So don't worry about the snake. You're protected. You got snake repellent on. Change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, love. Says, get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. So there you go. Couldn't have been a more perfect card for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Aria. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that resonates there for you. And many blessings. All right. So Brenda Tejada, you are up next. Let me get your timestamp here. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation. And you are like a general for today and the rest of the week in the money, work, and love. You're talking to someone new. Oh God, no, no, run away. I'm just kidding. We'll see what comes in for love for you there. Let's take another quick sip here. All right. So Brenda, today and the rest of the week in money. Okay. What about work? Okay. Whoop. Work. Work. Love. Love, love, love. We'll zero in on this new person because otherwise we're just going to kind of get a lot of what we get usually about the wait for it, live your passions, all that stuff that they give there, right? All right. And this is them. We'll save that for them there. Interesting. Okay. Well, Brenda, there might be something there. We'll see here. You got 5 cards for them too. But let's take a look here at money first. So sorry. There we go. So work, you have the Innocence of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, which is about clarity, seeing things from a different perspective. So I feel here for money, you're going to get this week some new ideas about how to make money, some new information on money as well. It's just a lot of clarity, a lot of information. And so it's going to be a lot of mental energy around money this week. So I feel like you'll get ideas on how to promote something or um, to cut corners on something to save money. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. I'm so sorry. But there's also okay, and that's why they're having my throat chakra act up too, because this is about speaking, not just the mind. It's the suit of mental, but it's also of speech. And I feel like speaking up, asking people questions, um, don't be afraid to ask for advice as well and speak up because and stand your ground on things too in order to get a price, in order to get certain discounts. Don't be afraid to ask for something, especially like if you're a client, a customer, where you order a bunch of stuff, say, I've been ordering from you guys for a long time. Isn't there some sort of discount or some sort of price break you can give me or a bundling deal or something? Because I give you guys a lot of business and it just seems like um, I don't want to, start looking around and doing a lot of pricing. This is kind of what I feel like I would like. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, right? So I feel that so just a lot of thinking and acting and speaking on money helps you find more, and this has to do with your businesses and different things that you're, looking into. But it is about taking action on those things, verbally and mentally. this week, and that helps bring in abundance for you. So I like that. And then let's talk about work. So we got the Heart of Cups. Yep, follow your intuition here with the Queen of Cups. She rolls over the cups and has a second portion. So very much your intuition will guide you in work this week too. Um, trust that gut when it comes to here. Yeah, I was going to say, because you got Cancer moon energy with the Heart of Cups, and then you have the Moon card, which is also ruled by Cancer. So you've got, you know, this emotional energy regarding work this week, but like it's like on one side, it's like for your money, it's your thought in this, but for work, it's kind of almost get out of your head so much and trust your heart as well regarding work. Yeah, get out of your head. The Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is an energy of, it's thievery. I love raccoons. They're so cute. Um, Unless they're in the chimney right by your head, scratching, try to get in, which what happened to me down here. They're adorable unless they wake you up at 3 a.m. But that's these thoughts and beliefs until they wake you up at 3 a.m. But these are your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would be keeping you from opportunities, stealing opportunities from you because you don't think like, oh, we can't do that. But it's like getting out of your head when you get into your heart regarding work, then you can really get some, like I said, great ideas, some inspiration. Um, your heart will take you in a direction your mind would never think of going, and you're like, whoa, I never would have thought of that. So there's this very much getting in tune with your heart, as well as thinking and asking for things, um, like we talked about regarding monies, right? So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you for those. And then let's get into love. So you're talking to someone new. Well, you have the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is that past life connection energy. So you guys definitely have this connection that's below the surface here. A lot of past life energy. And that's why you might feel familiarity with them. You might feel a draw to them. It's past life emotion that's coming up. So you might be feeling stuff like, I shouldn't be feeling this way already, or why am I feeling that? Where's that coming from? It's below the surface, right? Let's see what else they want you to know here about this love here. All right. This is someone that you can learn with the Two of Swords. That's the power of mental choice. I could choose to focus on the expectations and focus on what's not happening, what they aren't doing. That's what sucks the life out of a relationship. Or the Ten of Cups, you can focus on what you do appreciate in them and see how that changes the type of relationship and you were doing that before, and some of the others you started to go, I'm not worried about what they are or not doing. I'm just going to focus on what I love about what they're doing. And that worked out for a little bit. I feel like some of the expectations still crept back in and, you know, but I feel like this is another opportunity, this person, for you to learn through that of instead of focusing on this long list of who I need them to be, I'm just going to celebrate what I love about who they are. And then that grows and you're able to sit in a different space with them than you would. So it's a great opportunity here. Yeah. Wow. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. If you put in that blood, that sweat, that tears, work through overcoming the old habits. The Eight of Pentacles is you put in the blood and all that, and you get the reward. And the reward is the Spirit of Cups. It's the King of Cups, someone who's very compatible, someone that you can really mesh with. But it comes to, we have to focus on what we're grateful for. Otherwise, it just starts. We focus on what's missing, we get more missing. We focus on what they're not doing, they do less. They don't do more for us. We start pushing them away with our expectations. Our energy pushes them away. Whereas our appreciation and our gratitude, and it can be to them, but it's really to creator, it's to life. I'm so grateful about this for them. So grateful about this for them. And we all love to hear that. I really love this about you. Really? Wow. We just we get more of that, right? So that's an important piece. Yeah, Heart of Pentacles. Coming back to what they normally would tell you, which is make sure you are focusing on your self love with the Queen of Pentacles. That's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, focusing on who you are, raising your own love vibration, right? It's like really focusing in here. And because the more you raise your own love, right, the more you can give and receive love to others. So it's like, don't get distracted off and have them, how we'll go outside of our own love to find love instead of filling up and allow them to be above and beyond extra. So they very are much this opportunity for growth for you. I don't feel um, that it's a faded forever relationship, but it doesn't mean that it can't be it, because that King of Cups, if you put in the work and really do this, they can be someone that can fit into being, someone who fits like that. And you have past life connections that are there too. So, and I don't feel like you maybe have a faded relationship in this lifetime where it has to be someone, but you have a possibility. And the way I explain this, because this is what makes sense to me, if you look at like a map with all these paths going forward in life, all the possibilities, if we have a faded relationship that we're going to end up with someone, then there's this big, blob on the map where we will always hit that sometime, somewhere, somehow, at different times, different locations. We will always do that. And then there's when we don't have like an exact person, we might have a blob over here. It's a blue blob. Here's a yellow blob. Here's a brown blob, green blob. And that's depending on what pathway I go, I can end up with someone, a variety of different people. And that's kind of more of the energy I feel for you, is that you don't have like a set person. You have a variety of individuals that you like. Depending on what path you take, you could end up with one. Not You're not going to end up with multiple. You have a possibility of ending up with one for the rest of your life, but there's a different. They appear at different points, and some are just a land, like a city you drive through, a little town you drive through, and getting to your final destination. This one feels like someone that if you continue on this path and you're able to do that, you could end up with them. If not, you'd end up going and end up with someone else or someone else. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they got. Let's get to your fortune cookie here. Actually, I feel like I want to go to these angel number oracle here for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. All right. You've got the eye candy. That's hilarious. 550, 0550. The mirroring. Intuition, inspired action, beauty, art, socializing, flow, potential romance. Excuse me. It says, get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you'll go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. I love that. Well, there you go. That's what they have for you, Brenda. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Shawn G, you are up next. We got two for you. So thank you for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. Let me bring those up over here. So number one, you're kind of nervous about the direction you want to take your business. Will you be able to sell products and do art tutorials and be successful and balance everything? You want to share art with the world. I love it. The world could use more art and creativity, right? All right. So let's take a look here, Shawn. All right. So, how do we want to word this here? Well, first of all, let's see here. Will selling products and do the tutorials, um, will that be successful based on current energies? Okay. And then would you be able to balance it all, right? Which you have to be successful, you would have to balance. Well, that's not true, right? You could be out of balance and being successful and then wear yourself out. So that's a good question. And then let's see here. Tell us about this direction. Because the nervousness, of course, is fear of failure, right? It's called nervousness, what it is. We all have it. It's anxiety. It's rooted in fear. Let's see what they want you to know about that here. All right. Yep. Bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is about, becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. So these are those fears. We're just going to put that over here. See, can you see that? We're going to put that on that pile there. And because that's going to be dealing with those fears, that's the only thing that can hold you back, really. Um, will it be successful? Yeah, Innocence of Swords and the Moon. So cycles and the moon, I'm sorry, the Innocence of Swords is about clarity and knowledge. And the moon card is phases. And I like this, that how they're saying you can be successful. Just know that there is a time for new beginnings with like new moon. We plant new seeds and it grows, and then it comes to fruition, and then we change things, and then we plant new things and new things grow. And I got this energy of phases. If you do it in phases and you like, it's in this case, it's not go big and go home. It's like step into it instead of leap forward into it. So could be like in selling a certain, like, create a little kit first, right? And it's like, all right, so I'll offer this kit and I'm just going to focus in on one instead of having like 10 products that you sell a little group of three things or something. Like you focus in on one product that's a kit of a couple things, and maybe they can buy them individual, but it's a bundle, but it's a small, and you start off small and then you can balance it. And then as you get used to this and the process and getting things going, then you add, and you have your clientele that have bought that. Then you offer a new product that does something else, and then your other clients, some of them will buy it. They're like, "Oh my gosh, that's great!" And then it'll bring in interest of other things. But you got the process going, and you have the knowledge, which is the Innocence of Swords, the knowledge and the thinking and the awareness of how it all works and how you can balance it. And then you just start to grow bigger and bigger, because when we try to do everything all at once with something new, it's overwhelming because we're learning so many different things. But if you learn one thing at a time, there's enough to learn around it that's good. And then you got it under your feet, and then you can add other things more easily because you already did it before. You have the templates and the process and the knowledge, and you just go, "Doop, doop, doop, here we go." So I like that for you. It does feel like it can be successful if you take it in phases like that. Will you be able to balance everything? uh, yeah. You got the knowledge here. You got the sage, which is the Hierophant, and the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords. I feel like they kind of just combine it all together here, because you got the Innocence of Swords, and now you got these other two as well, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective, see things from a higher perspective, see things from a higher perspective. So it's do the knowledge, do the research, and ease into it, and you'll be able to balance it. Like they said, it's not leaping gung ho, all in, all or nothing, kind of thing. It's slow movement into it. And then, yeah, very supported there. Let's talk about the nervousness here. And so the Eight of Swords, like we talked about, it's the only thing that can stop you is your own limitations of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the fears, and it's like, what are you fearing? What's the nervousness? What do you feel will happen if you fail? You know, when you're living your dream and what your dream is to share art with the world, then there's no failure in when you're living your dream. There's just discovery and growth and wisdom that we glean from experimenting and seeing what comes from it. And when we look at it that way, instead of, oh, if I this doesn't work out, what will we usually care what will people think, or that, oh, this will ruin me, or um, it's gonna, I'm gonna invest money in this and it's gonna go nowhere. It's like, but that's the whole thing about easing into it too. If we feel like it's all or nothing, like I have to go like balls to the wall or not at all. Oh yeah, balls to the wall or not at all. Made a little rhyme. uh, it's like, yeah, it's overwhelming, right? But if it's like, all right, I'm gonna start with this. And then I'm gonna add this, and then if that's going good, then I'll be able to do this, and then I'll do this. Um, that's it feels comfortable. There's not as much nervousness and fear, right? But we tend to wanna leap forward really fast because we feel in order to be successful, I need to be doing that, and it's like, no, if I'm living my dream isn't dependent upon an outcome and a when. My dream is I am sharing art with the world right now, and I wanna share more art with the world, and I will, step by step by step, right? So I love that. That's what these fears are. Yep. Put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, you will get the reward. Yeah, follow your heart, the naked heart. I love this. It's a special card for this deck, and I'm going to read it because I feel like it's so fitting for you here because it's the tended heart warrior, and this is about connection, purpose, higher self. So the naked heart says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. That's that where I feel like, oh, in order to be successful, I need to be doing this because we compare ourselves to others, right? I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light and I inspire others. Wow, that's so perfect for you. The crystal recommendation is aqua or a quartz if you're into crystals. And this little Luna moth here at the top, up there, they whisper to you, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. Beautiful. So if you don't feel like, if you feel disconnected from your heart, it's because it says, we can ask ourselves, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? And that's how we know that when we go into fear, and we all do it. So there's no judgment at all. We all go there. When I have fear, it means I'm up here. Well, I'm making all these rhymes. When I have fear, it means I'm up here. Either go balls to the wall or not at all. But these are those thoughts and those beliefs. That's what's up here, right? Um, and that's us comparing. That's us, fearing. And that's where we're looking at the future, where our ego is. I have to be something. It's like, no, I don't. This is what I want to do. So I love that. Yep. Here's your dream come true. The star card. So when you're focusing on your dream, you never feel that way because you're following your heart. and you're not following your head. Get the 5 of cups. Yep. So there is this change of emotional energy when we realize, oh, when I'm feeling that way, that's a low vibration. Whenever I start to feel, that the anxiety, and I do, I feel that, nervousness, that anxious, when it comes up, I'm like, oh, it's this uncomfortable feeling. And I usually ask myself, what am I trying to control? What am I trying to fix? What are my expectations that aren't I feel like aren't gonna be met or aren't being met? Or and what am I fearing ultimately? And those 4 help me identify where that emotion's coming from, like, "Oh, I see. I'm trying to control the economy of the world," I'm trying to control this or that and it's like, "Oh, okay." And it allows me to release it, so I love that. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, trust in your abundance, and the Hanged Man, trust in the process. Um with this too. So hopefully that helps bring some clarity. But I love that for you. And you remember your dream. Just remember your why. I'm doing this because I want to share art with the world. Well, why do you want to share art with the world? What's your why? Why do you want to do it? Right? It's not to make millions. If you make millions in the process, sure. But that's not why you do it. You know, what's the why behind it? And remember that, right? Right. And then let's pull here from the guardian angel cards for your fortune cookie here. All right. Yeah. All right. So here's your beautiful, beautiful. Look at the art that I'm sharing with the world right now. Someone else's art. But you've got guilt. Let's see what guilt says. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy. It says worthy of love, but they kind of want me to stay to feel worthy. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do, from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace even greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. I love that, letting go of that, the fear of being guilty for failure or something, right? Just that energy that's there. All right, my dear, that's what they have for you, Shawn. For number 1, so many blessings to you. And then we have number 2. So thank you for your dual donations. Number 2 is your guidance for the week. All right, this one will be a little shorter. It's like, oh my God. I know that was a lot, but it's important. This is your dream, baby. This is your dream. All right, let's see what we have. Do we have those? Nope, just those. All right. So let's see what we got here. Bottom of the deck, you do have the 3 of Swords. This is the expectations equal disappointment. And that's a good energy for us to have because it's really realizing that heartbreak and disappointment and all that it's rooted in fear, what we've been talking about, right? When we think that we have to do this, then we fear we can't do all this to reach that instead of going, you know what? And like that, your card said, there's neither right nor wrong. That's all up here. This is opinion given to us with all these, uh, I don't know, all these ideas of what success means. And it's like everyone has a different opinion. So you get to decide what your story is about anything. And so that's our fear. Fear is failing, but failing is we're going to fail someone's expectations always. It's like when I first tried growing facial hair when I was like 19 years old, 20, maybe 20. It didn't grow in very well, but I usually was clean shaven. And I went on vacation and I didn't shave at all. I came back with a little goatee. And you would think I farted in the middle of a room because people were like, I worked in like a cubicle, tons of cubicles, hundreds of people. And there were people going, oh my God, shave that off. I like you better clean shaven, right? So be clean shaven. Other people like, why don't you grow a full beard? Other people were like, just have a mustache. Other people were just grow chops, and everyone had an opinion about my facial hair. And I was like, "Oh my god." But it made me realize I wasn't gonna be able to please everyone unless I carried around like a little actor's kit and suddenly go, "Ooh, they like me with a beard. Hey," you know? Um, so I realized I'm gonna choose what I want and everyone else just has to deal with it. And that's kind of what this is telling you here is like, you know what? When you realize everyone's going to have a different opinion about what's right and what's wrong, and you're never going to please everyone, and you're never going to please one person their entire lives either. So get used to disappointment in life, right? And I'm going to choose what I want. I feel like that's the big message here for you for this week. Yep, Two of Wands. You get to choose where you invest your energy. You create your world. If you focus on your fears and if you focus on want and need, you push things away. But when you're living in abundance and you're focused on what you're loving about life, you get more about what you love about life. If we focus on what we don't have, we get more things that fall away, or we get more don't, and it pushes what we were looking for further away. Instead, we just focus on what I love and what I'm grateful in my life, and that just opens me up to receiving more. That's the power that we're creating our life in each moment. And, you know, that's uh, our power. We don't draw to us what we want, we draw to us what we are. In fact, I want to read something really quick here. Where is it at? I just read it to my some of it to my praying mantis group. Here it is. Is this it? No, it's not. This is it. Here it is. It's from Daniel from the Law of Insights. I don't know their website, but it's Law of Insights. And let's see here. Um, it says, whether you realize it or not, you're already communicating with the universe, not just when you meditate or pray, but with every thought, every emotion, every word you speak, whether consciously or not. The universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your frequency. What you are is what you attract. What you vibrate is what you live. Here's 5 concrete ways to speak to the universe and truly be heard. 1, your state of being. What you feel deeply is stronger than what you say. If you vibrate lack, you attract lack. Number 2, prayer. It's not a plea. It's not an energetic declaration. True prayer is born from trust, not need. Trusting Creator. 3, meditation. The universe also speaks, but in silence. Meditation is the space where you finally hear its reply because we shut up and listen, right? Number 4, visualization. Seeing your desired reality with emotion is already creating it in the vibrational field. Wow. And 5, conscious writing. Writing to the universe is setting a clear intention, aligning your energy, and participating in co creation. The universe isn't testing you, it reflects you. It doesn't give you what you want, but what you are. Every emotion you carry is a prayer. So, what are you vibrating right now? Is it truly what you want to see grow? Remember, you're not a beggar, you are a creator. It's not about asking for signs, it's about becoming one. And when you already embody what you wish to attract, the universe aligns naturally. Wow, right? Powerful, powerful. So perfect for what they wanted to bring to you. So that is that. And then let's see what these other cards are. Sorry. Yep, 9 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. So the barrier, the energy of lack, not being enough, not having enough. So there is this barrier that's been holding you back of having abundance come in. And I feel like that is the answer to the question. So they wanted to give you the answer before they brought you what this boundary is, right? Yeah. And for this too, you feel like maybe there's been this slow moving energy with the Knight of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Well, here comes the fruit, baby. So I like that. If you take to heart what was just read, and if you want that, I can, if you email me, um, Shawn at my bredazen@gmail.com. It's in the description box. I'll send that to you if you're interested in what I just read. But I love that for you because this is this power that you hold this week, and I feel like it just really comes home to you here, and it allows you to break through this barrier of lack that you feel has been um, plaguing you for a while. And it's like, I'm ready to bust through this thing. So I love that. And then let's pull an angel number here for your fortune cookie. All right. And you've got clarity 5555. And it says, you aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you're willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. I love that for you. All right, Shawn, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. Sorry, I couldn't show my little cough drop here. Let's make sure I'm here. All right. And then Maria P, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So we have your donation via Z PayPal, and then also your free reading, which I'll just tag on to the end of it. So there's just one timestamp. You don't have to go searching. So thank you for your donation. I wanted to know, what are Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you today? Okay. Feelings and thoughts. Feelings and thoughts. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then, is there something Walter would like to tell you, but he hasn't? Okay. And your birthday's coming. Happy early birthday to you, you Taurus, you. Yeah, my brother's birthday is like a week before yours. Is he planning something for you? Sure hope it's not a surprise. It isn't anymore. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So, feelings and thoughts. Feelings, yeah. So we've got here the Ace of Cups, which is all about, love, and the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is because this feeling, it's a lot of energy. The Ten of Wands, obviously, it's the Ace of Wands times 10. So there's a lot of energy being invested toward love here. Let's see what his thoughts are here as well. Yeah. Well, we have energy towards love. So, yeah, it's like both things. Both his thoughts and his emotions are focused in on, taking love to a new place, taking it and investing the energy um, differently. But it's all positive. It's not about um, withdrawing it, it's about expanding it. It's about focusing it. And I feel like there's a lot of purpose in his thoughts and his emotions. So I feel like, it's how can I say this? I'm just trying to sit into the emotion a bit because it's like I've been really busy expressing different emotions with you, but now I want to focus the emotion with you. I don't want it to be, okay, that's it. I don't want it to be vague and scattered and a little bit this, a little bit this, I want to give you emotion with purpose. And that's kind of serious, right? It's like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Where did this come from? Which you're very welcome to that. I know. But it's kind of like, whoa, you got used to it just being, this here and then this here. And then they're kind of going, it's kind of like sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here. But they want to be consistent and they want to be focused with the love that they give. And that's been on their mind a lot here. Interesting, all right, and is there something Walter wants to tell you, but he hasn't? Oh. 2 of Cups. I mean, he's told you that he loves you. Um, don't know if he's told you that he wants to be with you, like, he can see you guys as being connected. I mean, look at the hearts. They're literally connected. And, you know how much he cares, he hasn't told you that. He would like to tell you that, but I feel like he doesn't feel like it's time. But this other stuff, I just feel like, he could see everything, but of course, it's not fair to you because of the situations he's still in right now, that he's like, "It's unfair for me to say all this to you, um, because I can't." It would be like, I wanna marry you, but of course I'm married right now, and I need to g need that needs to all end, and we need to get to the end of all this. It's been a journey to try to get to the end of it, but I have to be legally done in order to be able to do that, and it's unfair to say it to you, and it's unfair to expect that, um, and to tell you that and not have it ignite you. But now that you've asked, uh-oh. Now that's your problem. I love you. You're like, "I'm gonna find out where you live, Brenda Zen, and send you a bag of dog crap on fire." No, but you wanted to know, and it's good to know. But you're like, "Okay, you know, it's good to know. I needed to know that. You needed to know that." But then you can also just relax now and not push for it because don't "Oh, now that I need to make sure that he gets divorced fast as he can." It's like, no, trust the process though and allow it to unfold, because if you push it, you'll push him away. Just allow it to come to you, okay? All right. And then your birthday's coming up. What is he planning? Is he planning something here? Let's take a look here. All right. So he is planning something, but don't don't get expectations around it here, because you have the movement of wands in the middle, which is the Knight of Wands. That's it's being aware of your energy, because you could focus on all the expectations and then have disappointment with the Nine of Swords, or the Nine of Pentacles, feeling abundance and not expecting anything, right? So just know he's planning something, that he cares, um, and I mean, after hearing this other thing, maybe you don't even care what he gets you, because you're like, okay, someday I'm just gonna enjoy this. And but this Nine of Pentacles is, if you're like, well, I hope it's this and this and this and this, you're gonna be disappointed. If you're like, you know what, I don't expect anything, and then what you get is awesome. But if you have expect this and they give you this, it's just equal. There's no like, okay, you got me what I thought you should. But if you're like, you know what, I don't need anything or don't want anything from them, and that's okay. And if they don't, then you're just like, all right, I'm good. And if they do, you're like, wow. Right. And so it's truly letting go of expectations, is we talk about all the time, right? If we expect things in relationships, it sucks the life out of them, because we're focusing on um, what I'm not getting instead of gratitude for what I do have. What are the grateful for what you have had with them, the time you spent together, what have they brought you, what have they bought you, what have they gifted you, what's the time they spent with you. Think of all the things you're grateful for, instead of what is missing, right? Because now, if it's like my birthday's coming up, I'm expecting something. And if I do and I don't get it, something's missing from this relationship. And then what happens? More becomes missing from the relationship and more and more and more, right? All right, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. Happy birthday. I'll try to remember. So when you're on around your birthday, we'll give you an extra oracle for your birthday. Maybe. Now I set an expectation, right? I'm just kidding. Personal power. See, 8888. It's your personal power. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of prosperity and well being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. It's material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, and epic romance. Ah, you have so much to be grateful for in your life, right? All right. So that was your donation reading and then your free reading, a general for you and Walter. Let's take a look here. Of course, free readings are just a couple cards. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and hanging in there. Once we get through, we've got like 3 more donations. After that, the free readings go a bit faster, so we'll get to your messages. All right. Yeah. Yep. So you've got the Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Fool card, this new adventure, free of expectations. And that's what, when we follow our heart, when we fill up with our heart and we follow our heart and we don't go into this thing where expectations and all those thoughts abound, we do feel like we're on this adventure, this Fool card, this like a kid in a candy store, just no expectations, like, look, everything. Wow. We look at our lives with wonder. We look at others with wonder and appreciation. So all of this is about following your heart, following your emotion and having that big emotion be gratitude and joy and play and not about why are you getting so serious there, Maria? Let's not get serious now. Act like a fool. Um, that's when we get into our trouble, and that's when we start getting anxious and anxiety when we do that. So um, I love that for you. All right. And that's what they have for your free reading, Maria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Sonali Thakur. Let me grab your timestamp here. All right. There we go. So Sonali, thank you again earlier for letting me know when the uh, connection went weird and it was timing out. Because I would have went on and on and on and on and on. I did while I was eating, go back and look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like right as I was starting her reading, it went somewhere else. So very appreciative. Thank you. In fact, we'll give you an oracle card as a bonus for being my IT help desk. All right. Like, let me, so I don't forget, I'll put it right here. I'm going to give you a blue angel card. All right. So, Sonali, thank you for your donation. Anyone to know AJ's intentions towards you? Does he have feelings for you? He used to be your friend. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. All right. What are their intentions towards you? Okay. So that there. And then does he have feelings for you? I do want this one. Come on. Give it up. There it goes. And then this one. All right. Let's see what all this is about. So, what are their intentions? All right. The Eight of Swords. This does talk about, becoming aware of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made them feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted before. So this would tell me that they're getting clarity around their intentions. They're trying to figure it out up here so far. The Nine of Pentacles, they are a bit of a loner. They're a bit of an introvert with this Nine of Pentacles. And even the Sage here is about trying to see things from a higher perspective here. So I do feel like they've kind of backed off a little bit, but it's because they're trying to figure things out, which is a sign. Let's see what this underlying energy is here too. Yeah. This death and rebirth, this ending and beginning, this phase energy here. So yeah, they definitely, their intentions here, they're trying to figure out, because it's confusing, but they wouldn't be thinking about you if they didn't have intentions. They're trying to figure out their intentions, figuring out what they want, and they're trying to get out of their head around it, which means there's stuff in their heart because they're up here avoiding that. So I feel like there's this kind of confliction that's going on between the two, and they're trying to figure that out. And so they had to distance themselves. So if it feels like they've done this, it's because they're like, I can't, this ending and beginning, I can't just be friends anymore, because I either need to be, and we'll find out their feelings here, because I either need to be um, like your boyfriend, or I need to be away, because if I'm not and I'm just your friend and I see you with someone else, it's going to kill me, kind of energy. Interesting, right? Let's see what their emotions are, because I mean, there's got to be emotions with that energy, right? So the Seven of Wands, they just want to be themselves. They just want to get up here. Let's see here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. So there definitely is passion and attraction here. And the Seven of Wands is like they just want to be themselves and not shrink, and not need to defend what they're feeling and just tell you and just shout it from the hilltop. But, again, these fears are what holds them back. So there is passion and attraction, physical attraction, and energetic attraction. What else do we have here? The Eight of Pentacles. What's underneath that? And the Temperance card. Yeah, this love, and it's been growing for a while. It wasn't there in the beginning. This other that's been growing here, because the Temperance card is something that's been growing over time, and the Eight of Pentacles is also putting in blood and sweat and tears, and then something um, evolving and coming. So it's this like it's evolved over time, and now it's got to this point. It's like, what happened? And something has clicked inside of them. So they do have this attraction for you, and I feel like it's more than just physical and passionate and all that. That's there too, because um you can care about someone, and it can grow. You can, you know uh, become best friends, and then it can evolve into something else. And that's some of the best relationships, is when we start off as friends, and then we become best friends sleeping over, and then it goes, into more from there. And it's like, but the hard part is when, if things don't work out, not when, but if things don't work out, you lose a close friend and your boyfriend, and this is the fear, right? It's like, oh no, oh no. And you said they used to be your friend. Um, so whatever this ending, it just like, I feel like they needed to escape it here. So hopefully that helps. I don't feel like, I don't have any. I feel like they're trying to figure things out, and I don't. It can go a variety of different ways depending on how much they release their fears, or if they keep them. That's what changes things. I don't feel like there's a faded outcome with it. Let's see what your fortune cookie says, and let's grab your little oracle too. All right. So 1515, the big break. This is the big break, right? It's a different kind of break. Let's see here. An opportunity, um, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So an opportunity is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. All right, there's that Eight of Pentacles, all this reward of the big time, all that passion we're talking about. So feels like something's coming your way with that. Mhm. All right, and then we have the Blue Angel Oracle. This is your appreciation oracle for letting me know that the stream was doing that. Otherwise, I could have gone on for another 45 minutes before the it ended, and all would have been for waste, or it would have been gone. So I like that. All right, come on, there it goes. So you have Ancient of Days. What a beautiful card. Number 31. And it says, I love and embrace the entirety of who I am. All serves a divine purpose and all is a blessing. I am love, and I see clearly that all is love. Beyond judgment, there is wholeness. Wow. And this is called the eternal flame. You are the creative expression of the life force that flows through you. Thus, you are full of endless possibility. Listen to the infinite wisdom of your soul, for it will guide you to creations of love and light. Feel the flame aglow in your heart. This flame is your intuitive wisdom. Let it burn through all illusions and obstacles so your path may be clear and bright. Observe your breath. It will lead you to the golden temple deep within you. Enter the majestic glory that is authentically you. Feel yourself reborn with each new breath as you connect with the timeless love and potential you hold. Go forth and live your potential. All is possible for you now. And then there's a quote from Walt Whitman that says, it is no small matter, this round and delicious globe, moving so exactly in its orbit forever and ever, without one jolt or the untruth of a single second. I do not think it was made in 6 days, nor in 10,000 years, nor 10 billions of years. I love it. Just the miracle of that we exist, right? So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Sonali. And thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Miss K, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. And thank you for your patience in getting to your reading as well. Sorry. Eyes. Okay, there we go. What does your Taurus coworker you spoke to this morning think of you? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on inside the Taurus. So, what does this Taurus coworker think of you? Okay. Okay. All right. What do we have happening in that Taurus? I know. Their birthday must have just happened or coming up, right? On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a bit of a hermit energy. The nine is the hermit's number in the major arcana, and the pentacles is the outside world. I kind of have this introvert, I want to be by myself energy going on here. It's like, all right, go be by yourself then. But let's see if that's just their underlying energy. So it's good to know that going into the reading that, oh, they're a bit of a, I just want to be by myself kind of energy. Um, but we'll see what they think of you here. So we've got the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is about it's our higher self wanting to look at things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. Let's see what the card next to it is here. Okay, yeah. and the Sage card, which actually is Taurus energy. Let's see if they show the bull. Yeah, see, they have the Taurus bull down here. So both of these are about trying to see things from a higher perspective and a different perspective, which does tell me that their perception of you and what they think of you has been evolving and changing. And they've been seeing you in like a different light. We'll see what that means. Is that good or bad, right? Of course it's good. How could it not be for you, Miss K? But let's take a look. So the Four of Cups, yeah, they're kind of bored with love in their life. The High Priestess. So these are the three cards coming out together. And the Five of Cups. So the High Priestess is like the Hermit card in that she, goes away from the chaos, goes up into the her High Priestess tower and connects with spirit and looks behind the veil, dives deep into emotions and does a lot of that, inner stuff. But she's also the revealer of secrets and um there's like this she's very intuitive, of course, too. And, just I feel like they see you here with this 4 to the 5 of cups is, um, they're trying to look at, like, how would it be? They're trying to get the perspective, and they're trying to really look into it, like, intuitively. They're trying to go, "What would it look like? Am I ready?" Uh, for any kind of emotional change here because the Four of Cups, especially them being by themselves, they're like, I kind of feel like I'm emotionally stable, but I'm almost like emotionally bored. I'm emotionally stagnant. And do I want the Five of Cups? Because the Five of Cups is the chance of having lower vibrational emotions, right? Heartbreak, disappointment. I will be a disappointment. What if it doesn't work out well? Do I want to disturb my emotional peace? You know how it is. Like, I know for me, I'm like, I'm very content being single, and it's going to take someone pretty extraordinary for me to give up my peace of mind and my hermitude to do this because there's a risk, there's a cost benefit analysis. Is it worth we're losing my peace? And that's kind of I feel like what they're thinking. Not, but this isn't like just zeroed in on just you, like, but this is about you. This is about their heart more so is like, do I want to lose that? Not that they think that they would with you, but there's a chance. We're all human. And I feel like that's a big piece that they're looking at here. Let's see what these other cards are. Yeah, they have joy, Three of Cups. But there's also feels here. And when I said that's not, this isn't just about you, I feel like with the Three of Cups, that means there's, you know, more than one person they have like an emotional draw to. But I still feel like they're just like, "Oh, I don't know." They're just very content here. Yeah. They're just a big thing is expectations here that they just feel, um and I know this isn't so zeroing in on exactly what they think specifically of you, but this is about relationship, and this is the energy of what is going on with them, is because 'cause they're contemplating I don't wanna go and because 'cause they've had relationships that people a lot of expectations, and they felt very like they were a disappointment because these people told them constantly how they weren't living up to what they needed to be and how they were falling short, and so they're just like, oh, don't know if I wanna chance that." And but the thing is I don't feel like they're like, "Well, I don't feel like you are this way." But I didn't think some of these other people were either, and you're not like them at all, but he doesn't find himself a good judge of character when it comes to his heart. Yeah, 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords, so it's all these fears that keep them back from, like, moving forward here, but there is obviously emotion here or they wouldn't be considering you part of all this here, but this hermitude Really, and underneath that, the relationship card, it's like they're weighing off, well, relationship or being alone. Um, but there's a lot of discussion with all this here. And I just feel like it's there and it's active, but I just don't feel, even with the power of choice card underneath. We got the chariot, which I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And the hanged man, which is like, when something's loading very slowly. And it's a delay card too. It's like they're in this kind of transformative part of their life, trying to figure out what they really want to do or not. But there is this, they could see, your heart. They see you as a compassionate person. They do see you as a capable person. Um, and you are someone who doesn't communicate a lot of disappointment and conditions and expectations and the sort. So it's like they think you're really kind of cool and you go roll with stuff, but they have that fear. But yeah, but what if it's hidden? What if this all comes out? And then it ruins everything. So there's so much up in their head right now. But they have a lot of admiration for who you are, and they wouldn't, like I said, they wouldn't be thinking about all this if they didn't have feelings, right? And I do feel like there's a couple people that they have like that have ignited that of, what do I want even to date? Do I even want to see? I don't know. So they're kind of in that, you know, place there. You got 1414 with light up. Not lighten up, but light up. Focus on your needs, your desires, and your hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or in addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Yeah, we had a reading for you. They were bringing back to me yesterday or day before about get like have it's funny, it's a hobby. Get a hobby that's outside of work that nobody at work goes to. It's like you need a life outside of work and work relationships. So it's funny. They're like, "Yeah, you need a new friend, someone who doesn't work with you, doesn't know anybody from your work. You need a hobby away from work." That's funny. Alright, so that's what they have for you, Miss K. Hopefully that resonates for you, and thank you again for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Right, and then Moonlight, you are up. Let me grab your timestamp here. And if I don't hear from Supernova here, I sent her an email. So if I don't get it from her, then you'll be the last donation in this session, and we'll start on the free readings. So, Moonlight, thank you again for your donation. You're probably sleeping, I know. So, good evening to you. You want to know, what is your thinking and your feelings trying to reach you by message or phone like 100 times this weekend? What is Oh, is someone like it was an M or someone? So what is this person thinking or feeling trying to reach you by messenger and phone like 100 times? Okay. So someone's trying to reach you. And what are they thinking? What is the deal? What's the dealio? Let's find out here. Why were they trying to reach you like all these times? So that's the thinking. What are they feeling here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. That'll get us to the bottom here. Okay. Well, on the bottom of the deck, we do have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is an energy, of course, of it can be relationship oriented. We'll find out more here, of course, when you look at these cards, but it's abundance, it's relationship, it's fullness of outside life. So they want something for sure, either relationship oriented or money, 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 or opportunity or something there. So let's take a look. We got one, two, three cards, one and two and three. I'll do it this way. Um, but this is what they're thinking. This is what they're feeling. But it does feel like something's progressing. Let's see. What are they thinking? Judgment. Seeing things from a different perspective coming in here. So their thinking is changing. They have the Heart of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, sensuality, birthing, harvest, and the Magician. Magician is the divine masculine energy. It's about action, movement, wanting to make things happen. So very much it feels here like wanting to feel that nurturing, wanting to feel this mothering in this energy here. And this butterfly, even though judgment is about seeing things from a different perspective, but it almost feels like an energy of a reboot or a renewal or death and like a rebirth, a transformation energy here. So I don't know. Let's find out what they're feeling here because it feels like I don't know if you guys had something before. Whatever this is, it's like they want to transform or revitalize something. Bring it. Let's bring it back to life. Something, but very active. This energy. Holy cow! Right. Let's see. What's the feelings going on here? Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity in the outside world. Six of Swords, leaving old ways of thinking behind, looking at new ways of thinking, move from choppy waters to calmer waters, movement, energy, and the Six of Wands, too. So, all these sixes here between these two. Six of Wands is a victory, is a mutual attraction, movement of passion with a Six of Wands, too. Yeah, it almost feels like here they want to reactivate something and start something new again. Um, right. Again. No, thank you. So it just feels like there's this. I don't know if it doesn't feel like quite desperation, but they're like very motivated, very much about, wanting to connect, to reconnect. If you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it just feels very much that with all these cards coming in here. Opportunity. But there's that mothering, there is that mothering energy there, that nurturing energy there. And it's like they just love how they feel with that connection very much. So let's see what your fortune cookie says here with these angel numbers here. All right, there we go. 0000. But it's called limitless potential. Reset. Relaxation, unknown, surrender, finish line, success, victory. It says it serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension, relax. Hmm. Maybe it is a reset, like a reset. It was a good word for what I was saying, like a reboot, a renewal. But that's a good energy. But that's what's coming in there, Moonlight. So good luck. Right. Thank you again for your donation and many blessings to you. All right, everybody. Thank you for your patience here. Those are it. I'm going to retire that deck and I'm going to bring in the Change Tarot for the free readings. These will go faster. These are just 1 to 2 cards. We don't go as deep as we do in for donations. So these will speed up. Let me just take a quick sip. All right. So we'll do the two YouTube channel members first. So first we have Nelia Medeiros. You are up. All right. So Nelia, thank you for your donations earlier as well. So your free reading will and when will Mahid reply back to you, General? All right. So will Mahid reply first? No. Didn't want those. Didn't want them. So will they reply? All right. Well, let's take a look. 5 of Pentacles. Need to use this hand because my microphone's there. I don't, with this 5 of Pentacles, this is the fear of being abandoned, left behind, left out in the cold, these feelings of lack. It doesn't feel like they will. It feels like they're in this space here. Yeah. And the general around it, right? Since there's not a when, because it doesn't feel like they will. The power of choice here means that they're kind of undecided. Um, and if they're going back and forth, this energy right now is a no, but it doesn't mean it can't switch to a yes, because the chariot is about movement and change of mind and power of choice. And well, I could do that, or I could do that. Well, I don't know. Should I? I don't know. And that kind of matches their energy, right? It kind of feels like they're a Gemini, or they have this mind that just goes back and forth between their head and their heart, and their head and the heart, and they just can't make decisions. And this indecisiveness is here. This feelings of lack and these different fears are coming in. So I don't feel like they will, Nelia, at least right now. But I don't know. I keep on, and that's the whole thing is I feel like I want to get an answer, and then when I feel like I'm about to get there, like the answer moves. And I feel like that's their mind. That it's like, well, do I want to? And I'm like, well, are you? And I feel like there's something there, and I go to reach for it, and it moves, and it's just like, okay. Uh Indecisiveness all around the place, unsurety, doesn't know what they want. And so it doesn't feel like they know. But to tell you the truth, it's almost like a feeling of like ADHD where I can't keep my mind on track anything to get to any, you know, I'm headed here and I get distracted to here to get distracted to here to get distracted here to get distracted to here. And 24 hours later, I'm back here, but then I get distracted again. It's like lack of focus kind of energy coming in. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, Nelia, that's what they have. Sorry. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Happy Pill, you are up. So Happy Pill, you like an angel message. What do your angels want you to know here? Oh, you know what? I love these blue angel cards. And they were just like, hoo, blue angel, we want to talk. So let's see what the blue angels want to say here. All right, here we go. So you got the synchlotron. I think that's how you say that. Look at that beautiful picture. Try to zoom in. Might go a little out of focus though, but that's the word. Card number 39. Infinite possibility. So think outside the square, beyond the limit of your thoughts. It is possible to think through your heart. Try it. Infin- Infinite possibilities exist inside you. There are ideas and creative solutions from beyond your physical reality. You can create all your heart desires. Feel the imaginative impulses transmitted from beyond space time. There are worlds within worlds and entire universes within a particle of light. Through this card, you can see and randomly create. This is a card of joyful creation. All you wish to be can now be. Keep the greater good of all in mind, and let there be love in all you do. There's a quote from William Blake that says, "To see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour." Wow. Beautiful, beautiful message. So endless possibilities. All right. So that's what they have for you. Happy pill. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me bring some more of these over here. One more. All right. Let me move this over too. Okay. So content, you are up. Hello, hello. There we go. So content. When will KW contact you? Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, can we know? This one? Nope. They want these two. Went for them and they're like, no, no, don't do it. All right. It doesn't feel like there's going to be contact here. We have the Seven of Swords, which is like the thievery, the stealing away energy, and the Eight of Cups too. And the Eight of Cups, like if you can see, there's someone walking away there. Both of these are people walking away. And that really stood out to me here because the Seven of Swords is deceit, lying, mistrust, thievery, and the Eight of Cups is walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve anymore. But they're the both of the walking away energies here. I don't feel like they will contact you. Just feels like there's this I don't know, the need the need to escape, the need to not face something, the need to get gone. Um, I don't feel like there's guilt, shame, energy, guilt. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. I'm trying to like see what this low. It's a lower vibration emotional energy, and I'm just trying to like, what is this feeling of loss? This feeling of it's not abandonment, but I mean, I'm sure you know what it is. But it's like they're like feeling like they need to give up, and then they've given up and they're letting go and they're walking away kind of energy. And I'm trying to get to the like, underneath it all, but I can't. It's like I can't get around it. So but I'm sure you probably know what it's all about since you're probably involved with that, right? but I don't feel like they're going to respond. I feel like they're just walking away from it, and I don't feel like they're going to contact you or reach out. I feel like they're just like it's just best I just go kind of energy. So that's what's coming in content. So hang in there. I'm sure that makes more sense to you. Okay. All right. Many blessings. All right. And then Mika Khan, you are up. So, Mika, let me get your timestamp here. There we go. And Mika, you want to know, will you be able to sell bags from Joygo? How much will you sell in the first 2 months? What can you do to make much more sales? All right, let's take a look here. Will you be able to sell bags? We'll look at that first. Okay. Well, you've got the Hanged Man for that first part of the question, which is there's transformation. There's this holding pattern, obviously hanging upside down from your leg. Not right now. I feel like it's something to wait on. Um, is it something that you would be successful at? And anything else around this? How much you'd sell and how much you would go here? No, I don't feel like this is for you here, Mika. The Four of Cups is about boredom. You can see how bored they are. That there's a new opportunity that comes your way, something more fitting for you. So this hangman is like, whoa, don't do it. That's not a good route for you there. There's something better for you that's coming your way. This is like the Three Cups on the bottom are, things that you've tried to do maybe similar to this before, they're like, these are just not for you. There's something better, something that's your talent, something that would work better for you. So I don't feel like it would be very many cells, and I just don't feel like it's where what your heart is wanting you to do. I feel like it's just like something that you feel like you could do to make money, but there's like something else your heart would rather you go do, and so follow that. Is what I feel with that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mika. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Hot Sun coming in. Let's see, did I grab your timestamp? I did. All right. So, Hot Sun, what are Matt's energies towards you in the bottom of the deck? All right. Let's see what's going on with Matty Moo here. What are his. Yeah, this one here. Nope, they don't. I was reaching for it. They're saying no. The bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles. Kind of. So let's see what these other cards are here. So, what are his energies towards you? Well, we've got the Nine of Cups and the Devil card coming in here. It's kind of a conflicting energy, right? The Nine of Cups is like dream come true energy. And the Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn, Challenger energy is about bringing things up to our face. And it's like, that's what I feel like is happening here is their dream come true is here, and they're trying to figure out what is their dream come true. What does that mean to them? And they're kind of sifting through it and going, what are these long held beliefs and why do I have that this is my dream? So a lot of inner conflict, a lot of trying to figure things out. I don't know why I went Southern accent, but I need to figure things out. And the Four of Pentacles, it does feel like home energy. And I almost feel like, I'm going home to figure things out. Because I'm seeing this movie, and this is where the Southern accent went in. It's someone that like Sweet Home Alabama. Um, or there's this where they're going back home to the small town where they grew up because they need to figure stuff out, and they need to get their head on straight. And that's the kind of energy that's coming in right now. And so this isn't like toward you directly, but it's like they're questioning their whole entire life, and you're part of that life. So that's part of the questioning and the trying to figure stuff out. But that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. They're like in the middle of all this going, what am I what's holding me? What is this that I really want? And kind of energy. So hopefully that helps. I know on Sun it's like, I don't know. But I just feel like they're at that point where they're just like, I don't know what I want. I'm trying to figure it out. Kind of energy. So that's what they have right now. I wish I had more for you right now, but they're just kind of in this scattered brain. I need to go somewhere. I need to go back home so I can just get away from everything and figure things out energy. So that's what's going on right now. We can always check again and see if that changes here next week, right? Maybe something will click. All right. So that's what they got, my dear. Many blessings. Right. And then we have Blessed One. You're coming in. Oh, exactly at 159. All right. So, Blessed One, you want to know what? Oh, all you want to know is what's your life purpose? That's all. Don't we all? Oh my God. It's funny, uh, when I was searching for my life purpose, um, creator and my spiritual pause, everyone was just like, it's a scavenger hunt. They shared with me that at one point in our lives, our iterations of humanity, because we've had several different huge significant evolutions of our iterations of humanity, like Lemuria, Mu, and Atlantis, and even before that, and different stages. Where when we first came, we came fully aware who we were, divine beings. We knew we could see all the possibilities. We knew exactly what we needed to choose to get exactly what we wanted. And it was interesting and exciting, but it's like having all the cheat codes on a video game. When you learn it all and you can just go in and go, "Oh, I know exactly where I need to do." You're like, after a while, you're like, "Well, that wasn't challenging." And so we started hiding things and we became less and less aware. We became more veiled and more shielded from knowledge and um to the point where now it's like a scavenger hunt and it's exciting for our soul, even though it's irritating to our human character to not know. Because we come from a place of all knowingness. We connect to the heavenly mind and we know everything. We can inquire and know, inquire and know, inquire and know. But the discovering, the walking towards something, the scavenger hunt of trying to figure things out, that's the exciting part. So they're not gonna give you, here's your life purpose holding on a scroll. We wish a scroll would fall from the heavens, and we open up and go, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna do." That's what we did before, and they were like, "It was fun," and then it got really, really boring really, really fast, so now it's just a scavenger hunt. So they'll give you little bits and pieces. They'll give you one hint to take you to the next one, and then you get to the next one, they'll give you a hint to get to the next one. Then we get to that one, they'll give you a hint to get to the next one. That's a scavenger hunt, right? So your first hint is you got the Page of Swords. This is about knowledge and seeker of knowledge, and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is something, it's about being seen and teaching. And I feel like, of course, we all come here to learn more about who we are ourselves. And that's the whole purpose we come to Earth is it's one of the expressions, humanity's one expression of millions. We have others, universes, other dimensions, other galaxies and universes, and we're so big and we're so capable of being so many beings and so many places and so many, you know, um, that we're discovering who we are. We're a perfect mountain coming down as a human and to wander around and discover who we are. That's everyone's purpose. It's why we choose to come into expressions of beings to be able to do all that. But while we're here, we also do other things for the collective, and we're like, okay, this is what I want to do. And this is about teaching. I just feel the Six of Wands is about being up in front of people or training or teaching, instructing, but it is about sharing knowledge here with this Page of Swords, helping people discover new things, research even. And being on a horse, I don't know if you were ever interested in horse training or not teaching horses, maybe training horses, but that horse really stood out to me too. So even if it's horse therapy or teaching people, things, I feel like that's a big, like a passion, right? And there's no right or wrong really on what we do and where we head off to, but it's more we don't we like the world of possibilities, and you can kind of look at yourself as how do you uniquely want to share this love in your heart with the world in your own special unique way, and that's where we go, right? And if we look at this, this feels like teaching teaching up in front of people, or teaching horseback riding or horse therapy or something like that, meaning you help people heal by having them ride horses, not being a horse therapist. You're like, "Oh, but I wanna be a horse therapist." Well, then be a horse therapist. They do have people who are channel and speak with animals and help animal therapy. But I feel like that's, a little tidbit of where you can go there. If you want, to, check out, like, some resources, there's a great book called Discovering Your Dharma by Sahara Rose, and don't think I kept that here. Let me just double check here. I think it's here. Let me see. Did I keep it? Because I had here. Oh, I did. I was actually going to delete this earlier, but I'm just going to put her a link to her page here. The iamsahararose.com. And I'll put it next to your name. It will. Oh, put it in the wrong place. Here you are. Once I finish up and post the last one, it's iamsahararose.com. So if you're here now, you don't have to wait. You could go to it. And there's two tabs up there. One is like Dharma, and there's a couple tabs that have free quizzes that you can take that you can just jump to. There's a purpose tab and there's a quiz there. And then there's Ayurveda. I'm probably mispronouncing that. And then there's a dosha quiz. Both of them kind of give you a bit of a taste of what, like, one's like 6 questions where you kind of put them in order, and then it tells you, like, how you would wanna express yourself. What's your passion? Like, is it teacher? Is it, um, you know, I don't know, engineer? Is it, a social contributor? Is it's like it by the questions you answer, it gives you 2 of your top 2 out of, like, 8 or 9 or 10 different avenues of, like, career, and so those things can help out if that resonates with you. It's a great book too if you're interested, but, you don't have to buy it if you wanna check out her page. Alright, so that's what they have for you, blessed one, right now, so good luck. Enjoy your scavenger hunt. Alright, many blessings. Alright, and then New Love, you are up next, so New Love. Hello, hello, can you have a general reading for the next month? Yeah, let me take a sip here. Gotta move to the new glass. All right, let's take a look here. General reading what Spirit wants you to know for the next month. So, at least one thing they want you to know. All right. Yeah. So, you have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So, there is very much this movement of thought and belief and mindset, a lot of clarity that is coming in here for the month of May. Queen of Swords is a balance between head and heart. The Knight of Swords is at the behest of the Queen. The Queen is, I want to know this. This is the quest. And the Knight goes, I'm on it. They're off for the quest of this Ace of Swords. And so this is like May is this quest of trying to find clarity, to find knowledge, to see things from a different perspective. You might even, if there is some sort of training or something that you're wanting to learn, it's very supported that you can learn it very easily here, especially May 20th is when we start Gemini season, and Gemini is big about learning as well. And the mind, since they're an air sign, um, but I definitely feel like that it is a month of a lot of clarity coming in. There's also communication with the sword suit, and I do feel like it's important to be really, really, really aware of how you're communicating. And if you've been waiting to hear from someone and you haven't heard from them, I'm really feeling like May is a month of you reaching out, you reach out, you reach out. And that's a very important thing for you to do here as well. But pursuing of education is very much indicated here. If it's not formal education or certification or training, it's about trying to see situations from a different perspective and gleaning knowledge that way. So that is a big piece of what is coming in here for May for you. So that's what they have for you, New Love. Many blessings to you. All right. And lucky, 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 you are up. Let's put that timestamp in there. All right. So lucky. Is Jay working on making a car for you as a surprise type gift? Is Jay making a car for you as a surprise? Well, guess what? If we find out now, it's not gonna be a surprise. Do you really wanna know? Do you really wanna know? Tell me right now. Do you really wanna know? Okay, you still wanna know. I don't it doesn't feel like they're making the car for you here. You got the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of energy, a lot of passion, but the 6 of Cups, this is a childhood passion, something they've loved since childhood with this 8 of Wands. So they're putting energy into something that's more of their dream, something that more they want. So yeah, it's an energy of a childhood dream energy that's coming in here. So unless this has been, a childhood dream of yours, but yeah, I almost feel like it's, because like there's someone giving someone a gift over here, the children, but I feel like it's a childhood thing. So if this truly is like if a car for you was a child, whatever this car that they're making, if this was a childhood like dream, then yes. I feel like they were trying to hide it. It's like, don't tell them. But so hopefully that resonates for you there, Lucky. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Starseed A, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp too. All right. And hello, hello. So Anshul, will your brother name Ankush? Oh, your brother name Ankush. Will he get a government job? All right, and guidance. Sure, let's take a look here. So will they get a government job? Based on current energy, let's refresh the cards here. All right. So will they get a government job? Okay, and guidance. Let's see here. The first card that came out asking, are they going to get the government job? We got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, she rolls over the suit of heart and emotion, right? And she actually gets a second portion of cups and emotion, which means that she's the master of the heart, the master of emotion. And I I feel like there's something with the 10 of Pentacles, the guidance is there's something that's more fulfilling for them if they follow their heart. And I feel like the government job isn't something that their heart desires. I feel it's something their brain desires. Whether it's money, it has to do with expectations and supposed to be, should be, need to be. This will check off a lot of boxes. This will look good. This will bring me money. This is secure. This is prestigious. Blah, 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 blah. Things of the mind, of opinion that we're all taught, right? But the heart is like, no, I want to go do this. And the mind's like, no, we need to do this. Squash, squash, squash. And the heart's like, no, I want to do this. And I feel like yeah, he could get a job in that, but the heart is not gonna have it. He would end up hating it after a while because the heart would throw a rebellion and say, "I hate this. I feel like I'm existing. I need to go somewhere else." He'll eventually choose what his heart wants to do after he goes through all that hell if he wants. But the guidance from spirit was close your eyes, open your heart. Where's your heart leading you in your life right now? It's definitely not towards government. It's heading toward something from the heart area. So hopefully that helps. I know, but that's what's coming in Starseed A for him. So uh, you can be the deliverer of that message. All right. So many blessings to you. Let me bring some more of these down here. Come on. I'll make sure I can bring them all down here. All right. All right. And then JB, you are up. So JB, let's put your timestamp there. All right. So, JB, you would like a general reading for May and June. All right. So, we'll pull a card for May and then a card for June. So, May general reading got the Seven of Swords. So, Seven of Swords is a card of, well, it is a thievery, betrayal, lie card, but it can also not necessarily be that this is someone, but more of our, because it's swords, it's our mindsets, our thoughts, our beliefs, these limiting beliefs that we have that have stolen from us and kept us from being able to go forward. And I feel like May is a month of like you're really realizing how this has been limiting you more than anything else in life, and that it's like I'm overcoming these, you're becoming aware of these. And you can see here how you've already left two swords behind, so you've already figured out some thoughts that you've left behind. There's three here in this arm that they're looking at, that you're aware of, that you're releasing, but there's two remaining here that you weren't aware of. And so I feel like those are what you become aware of in May, is like two things that were really buried deep down below, where you were like, "Oh, wow. I didn't realize that that old memory or that old thought and belief was bouncing around in there." So some good revelations in May that open you up. Yeah. And June, a lot of thinking in May and June here, JB. Ten of Swords is letting go of all these expectations, these small T truths. So there is this big release in June of all these supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, all these opinions rooted in small T truths, rooted in fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of failure, blah, 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 right? But there is this great release. The Ten of Swords is like, I'm sick and tired of trying to please everyone else, and I'm going to go do what I want to do. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I'm going to go do what I want to do. And if people don't like it, that's their problem, not mine. So it's a good energy that's coming in here, like a freedom that comes in June. So I feel like May, you are doing this thinking, this transformation, this reflection that frees things. And if we're not doing thinking, then thinking will be done for us. No, not really. But we'll be ignited into thinking because things will be brought here, which is normally what a seven or a five or a nine does. Even a three will come in. It's an obstacle. It's triggers, things brought here for me because I don't know this is down here under the surface till it's here. And then I'm like, oh, I need to do something with this because I can't move forward while this is in my face. And so that is like kind of May, you're thinking or you're being ignited to think. And then in June, you're doing a lot of release energy that's coming in there. So hopefully that helps. It would be in whatever, if you're like, well, what area is that? It's like, well, where do you feel most blocked in your life? That's it. Yay. All right. But it is for you because then you don't have to deal with it anymore. So you're good to go there. All right. So that's what they have for you, JB. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then we have Ankitaaaa. You are up. Hello, hello. All right. So Ankitaaaa More. 1111. You and your friend Mega contacted today, month after a fight we had. Okay. So how she felt after that. What's her feelings for you? Okay. So you guys had a fight. You were both pouting for a month. What are we, 5? I'm just kidding. We do that. That's what we are. We're human. Trust me, I know. Been there. All right. So, I'm glad that you guys contacted, each other, but after that, how did she feel? So how does she feel after is both of these? That's where her feelings for it. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look here. All right. I like this. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new start in the outside world. So I feel like it's good. It's a good first step. I feel like you guys are going to step through and go forward. The Seven of Wands is an energy about not dimming our light, not asking permission to shine, not even defending ourselves. So it feels here like a really good conversation. I feel like things were aired that needed to be aired. I feel like I don't feel like either of you walked around on eggshells, at least from their perspective. They're like, you shared who you were, I shared where I came from. And I feel like this is a good step forward with the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like there's a fresh start between the two of you with new information, new knowledge. So I feel like from their perspective, yeah, it wasn't like a, you know, lovey-dovey, "Okay, everything's fine. We're all made up. Let's go." But I feel like that they feel things that need to be said were said, and I understand where you're coming from, and they feel like, "Well, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from now." But I feel like we'll just take it a step at a time. With the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like, because here you can see the little, um, gateway. It's like, "All right, we're headed here. We'll leave this behind." And we'll head in a different direction with new knowledge, but it feels positive. But I feel like it's one step at a time kind of energy, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. Right, Benita Bala, you are up next. So Benita, you're at 22121. Look, all those 2121. All right. Hello. And you want to know what are Sha'an's thoughts, feelings for you currently? The family friend. Oh. Did, well, someone asked about a family friend. If you asked about this yesterday or the week before, I did answer this if that was you. I think maybe a couple of people asked about a family friend. So if that wasn't you, but if you want additional information, you can go check that out too. Because I always put after the stream, I'll put a pinned comment with the name and the timestamp, so you'll be able to see if it was. But I remember your name, so I know I did a reading for you in the last couple of days, and this sounds familiar. So if it was it, then that's it. All right, let's see what they have here for you. All right. All right. So the feelings and thoughts here, they have the King of Pentacles. So there is this wonderful, um, abundant feeling here. Both of these cards can feel that way where they think, wow, they do think very highly of you. The King of Pentacles is about abundance and fulfillment of the outside world. And the Ten of Wands is an energy on one piece, especially combined with the King of Pentacles, meaning abundance. But the Ten of Wands is a lot of energy to get that. It would be like I used to tell people, "Yeah, I'm high maintenance, but I'm worth it." I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I demand a lot, but I give a lot too. It's worth it." And they're like, "Okay, touche." But, so the 10 of Wands, it does feel like there is this kind of, um, I wouldn't say a worry, not even concern, but there is this fear of taking a risk. Wands energy is risky energy. It's about passion. There's a lot of passion. There's attraction there, but it also is like, is it worth the risk? And I feel like that's kind of what they're coming in here because, especially being a family friend, the energy here is like it's either going to be all or nothing. Because if it's like, if they're interested in you and you guys date and it doesn't go well, they lose you and family, right? Because it's like this energy that's a huge risk. It's like, again, it's all or nothing energy. The 10 is an ending and beginning. It's like it's either going to be this great beginning or this great ending. And because it's going to be awkward, you know, all of that energy that comes in here. So I feel like they're weighing the options. They're not sure if it's worth the risk yet, with that energy. So Hopefully that makes sense. So, if that was you, make sure to check out your other one too. See if there was anything that feels almost like the similar energy. Um, it feels like that, but you can see, right? So that's what they have for you, right? Many blessings to you. Right, and then Livier Vergara. Hello, hello. You are up next. All right, Livier, you want to ask, what are the feelings of Dora's daughters and sons towards you? All right. Of course, it's all going to be, it's going to vary by every person because we all see the world differently through our little beady human eyes, through our filter of our own lives. So everyone sees us differently. There was a great um, social posting I saw where they were talking about that there's 1,000 different versions of you out there because everyone, even the person that just sees you on the street, everyone has a different version of how they see you. Even your version of yourself isn't correct because we see ourselves through our own conditioning. So there's all these perceptions of who, everyone we meet, we have a perception in our brain and we don't even know people and we have a perception. So there's all these different perceptions. So just remember that. And all this has to do with them. So let's take a look here. I feel like we'll do sons and then we'll do daughters because I feel like they're similar ish in how they think. We'll at least get the consensus or the average of what the daughters' feelings are towards you, what the sons are. So the daughters' feelings for you. Daughters are slow to judge here with the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. And I feel like they can relate with you or they feel, this is them feeling, they feel they can relate with you because this is like this quest of worth. And they know they're on a quest of their own self-worth and they look at you and their feelings towards you is like, yeah, you're on that path like we are trying to figure out who you are and trying to, fit in with everyone and not being able to, and it's hard because all these people are crazy and this is their energy. The daughters are like, girl, we know. And I feel like they're a bit of compassion because I feel like they're on the same journey as you are. Interesting. The sons, uh-oh. Yep, the sons are a bit more devilish with the devil card, more Capricorn, more mental in there. And I feel like the sons have the more judgmental attitude with it of because they've got these long held beliefs of things they're very, you know, um, strict. I don't know if that's really the good word, but it's controlled, very not boundaries even, but just these beliefs that are so solid that they're just like, this is the way it is. And um, and each of them have a different way of looking at things, and they all hold you and they look at it and they judge you by it. But I feel like the sons are more held to the standard that they're always because they have always had this happen to them that they are like this too. It's like military energy, you know, very structured as I was looking for. And so they are very structured that way. And there's no leeway with it. It's like you're either in the box or you're not, and you're out of the box. And so they kind of look at it that way. But it's again, it's all this journey that they're on, all of this that they're going through. It's a reflection of themselves. So just realize you can't control what people feel. You can't control people's moods. You can't control what they think, how they act, or anything. The only thing within your control is you. You can control your story. You can control your emotions. You can control your energy. You can control your actions, but nobody else. Nobody else. So it's a waste of energy. That's that great book that I'm reading. And I follow her on Instagram too, Mel Robbins, you know, let them, and there's let me is the other part of it. But it is about, what are people going to think? Let them. You can't change it anyway, and you can try to influence it, but it's a waste of energy. You could use all that energy on you instead and on your thinking and your emotions and your energy and your actions and physical world. And it's a much more productive use of your energy. All right. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Nisha Bell, you are up. So, Nisha. So you've decided to forget about the past. Hallelujah, right? You want to know how will you meet your future husband? Oh, okay. Yeah, very good. It's a great feel refreshing for that too, for sure, for you. So let's take a look here. How will you meet your future husband? All right. Here we go. Boom, boom. All right. Look at this. So I love this. The Five of Pentacles. You're walking away from that which wouldn't serve you here with that Five of Pentacles. You're leaving behind these feelings of lack, this fear of abandonment, this fear of not being good enough. So part of what you're doing with and how you meet them is altering these beliefs you have around lack and worth. And the King of Swords is about knowledge, is about learning here. So the energy I'm feeling on one side, it's about excuse me, looking into like where you place your value. Like, do you value yourself from the inside? Because like our self-worth, our self-love, our self-esteem, there's a common word in all of that, right? Self. But we're taught define yourself out here, right? By relationships, situations, and things. But that's not self-worth, that's retail price. That's the value we think that we are to others. And we base our self-worth on retail, which is up and down and all over the place. So we end up on a clearance rack, right? But when we turn inward and upward, when we find our self-worth and we define ourselves by the relationship we have with ourselves, then that's when we can find the love that we're looking for in the outside world. In fact, there was a great reading, I think it was Aria's at the very beginning, the first reading I did in this session. If you want to check that out, it was amazing information that came through. We really dove into finding relationships because the big question was, why can't I find a relationship in the outside world that's reciprocal? And I'm like, wow, what a great question. And we dove into it. It was a deep reading. Um, so I encourage you really to listen to that. I feel like you might glean some stuff from that too, because I feel like that's such an important piece. And it's like you learn that I don't need to find someone to help me define my life. I define my life. And then eventually I find someone that can be a part of my life, but not be my life. And our energy changes with this King of Swords instead of looking at like I'm trying to find someone, like where we're trying to find an employee to work in my company that's going to be my partner and give me love. And so we're, you know, accepting applications and we're doing interviews, dating, right? And background checks, checking their social media. You know, we're background checking and we find out that they lied on their resume, right? And then we're like, oh my God, you're fired, right? It's kind of what just happened, right? You're fired. And then you have to go hire someone else and you find out they lied on their resume because we're trying, it's like it feels like work because we're trying to find someone to fill a position in our life. And a different route that I feel like as you work on the self-love and your own self-worth and you're doing all that from the inside, which is how we end up finding this amazing love in the outside world. It's about doing things you love, and this is how you meet your future husband, because you're not looking for them and trying to find them, not on a dating site, not, going to all these places, searching, searching, searching. It's you're finding what you love to do, and with this King of Swords, it's like, I'm gonna go learn, like, I'm gonna go to cuisine class, and I'm gonna go learn how to cook, this kind of food, and I'm gonna go learn how to paint, or I'm gonna go learn how to do clay and pottery, or something that's you love to do in a passion, and while you're out doing things that you love, you bump into someone else who's doing this thing that they love, and sparks happen, and then, um, it just organically grows into a relationship and then into marriage, and you always have that common thing that you guys both love to do, and more too, and so it's organically instead of intentionally, like, "Oh, the intention is to be in a relationship." No, my intention is to live my life, and in living my life, I find someone else who's living their life, and we mesh, and there we go, and it's not because I wasn't interviewing from a position, they weren't putting on a facade. You meet them where they're living their life, and you see who they are, and that's, like an on-the-job interview. Alright, hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you, Nisha. So many blessings to you. Alrighty. Hang in, everybody, we're almost there. I think I only got 3 left. Yep, I do. Alright. Make sure I didn't lose any anywhere. Alright. So we have Estrella. You are up. Let's get your timestamp here. So you want to know, why hasn't Don been reaching out lately? Hmm. Let's find out what we got here. Why hasn't Don reached out lately? Don. All right. All right. Well. So we've got I know I shouldn't say that. Sounds so bad, doesn't it? 5 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, new passion. So I feel like there's something or someone that has got them, going off in this different direction. The 5 of Pentacles is this feeling of lack, not being enough, being left behind, but more the not being enough. And so what this can mean is that, you know, they feel like I'm not enough for you. Because I don't feel like it's like you're not enough for me. I'm going over here. This feels more like I'm I'm reaching beyond my station to someone else, and I'm not going to be able to keep up with you. And I'd rather choose someone that is more like it'd be like skill. Let's say like skill level. Let's say I don't know why they're bringing up tennis. Well, it's like it's a tennis player, right? If I'm a tennis player, um, and I'm not confident in my abilities, and I'm more concerned about how I look, I won't choose someone that's better than me to play. I will want to play with someone worse than me so I can beat them. And this is what I feel has happened here is they're like, you're really good, and I'm here. I'd rather have someone look up to me and go, "Wow, you're so good." And you're like, "I am." Instead of going, you really need to bring up your game, and I feel like that's what they were feeling, is like they were like, and maybe you didn't even say anything like it, but this was all going on in here, that they pictured you saying that, like for some reason they had a perception you were looking down on them as, "You need to step it up, mister," and I feel like they're like, "Well, I'd rather, choose someone that um, looks at me the way I look at you." Now, someone who's confident will be like, "Yeah, I want to play people who are better than me than that because that's how I get better." But in this place in their life, I feel like they're more looking at how do they look instead of how can I be the best me, right? So hopefully that makes sense, Estrella. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Right, and then Mali, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Make sure I got that right. All right. So hello. So you met Jay here on holiday. Ooh la la. And you had such a nice evening with him. He was such a gentleman. They always are the first time. Oh, and then the next time, oh my gosh, and then the next time I saw him, he turned cold after you refused to sleep with him. Am I on his mind? Let's take a look here. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I tell you what. So let's take a look here. Tell us about Jay here. You know, there's sometimes that I'm tempted to get into voodoo dolls, but that's not my energy. But sometimes when my Zen friends get dissed on, I get this this big brother energy come in going, "Oh, I wish my energy would allow me." I don't really wish that, but it just is funny. Where's my voodoo dolls? All right, let's see. Are they thinking about you? Yeah, they are 8 of Wands, all this passionate energy. It's attraction. The Fool card is about no intentions. It's like a lion who doesn't want to be caged. Um, Lionesses all laying around. You have that lion picture with all these lionesses around. It's his harem of lionesses. This is that kind of energy, that they have a lot of this passion and they have a lot of this attraction. But so they are thinking about you, but more about the energetic and physical attraction energy here. Um, but they don't they like romance, but they don't like commitment, because that full card is all about zero commitment, freedom, energy, that comes in here. So I know. Um, but it's good you found out now and that you didn't like end up, you know, wanting to do something long distance and then find out you're one of many and everything. And it's like good to be like, yeah, I want to come back from this holiday without any diseases, you know. I want to have, uh, I'm going to love and respect myself, right? And I'm glad. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spiritual Posse, for making me see it right away. So that's what's going on there. So have a good vacation anyway. Just realize, oh, what a great lesson I learned. It's how we learn and how we grow, and you learn what you want and what you don't want. And they really reinforce what you don't want. You're like, yeah, thank you for being that mirror. Thank you for being that teacher. I bless you. Bless you. All right. So hang in there, my dear. Much love to you. All right. And then lastly but not leastly, we have Charlene. Charlene. So hello in Alaska. So Charlene, just wanting spirit's advice on what to do when you realize you found out some information that you were being lied to. What to do with the situation, right? Let's see what spirit has to say for you, Charlene. All right. I feel like it's this one here. It's going to show you the bottom of the deck because you got the 8 of Swords. I was gonna when I was typing back my response to your comment, I put, yeah, we'll find out what spirit wants you to know for advice, and then I'm like, and then we'll see if they'll send like a bear to teach him a lesson. And I'm like, oh look, you can just tie him up out in the wilderness. That's just a joke. Do not do that. All right. Well, let's see what spirit has here for you. Yeah, we do have here. We've got the Hermit card, which is about being true to you and stepping away to be with yourself. The Six of Wands is, and they're showing this as the victory. It's um, a victory card. The Six of Wands is like a mutual attraction energy too, but it's about victory and being raised up. And the Hermit is about stepping away. The Eight of Swords on the bottom is becoming aware of what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, you know, um, limiting thoughts and beliefs that made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. But those, what of those can be released and to set you free. Because one of the biggest things and one of the hardest things for me to have seen when I had been lied to and found out was when when we discover it's like the thief card, the Seven of Swords in tarot, which, it's like, oh, it's the liar, it's the thief, it's the, and we're going them, and we realize, oh, there's three fingers pointing back at me, that everyone is a mirror for me to learn about myself. And I kept having the same teachers, different teachers show me the same thing until I saw it, which is, what are they trying to show you about yourself? And so when they're a liar, it's like, how am I lying to myself? Where am I lying to myself? For me, like when they cheated on me and I found out, and then number two cheated and I found out, number three didn't, and then number four found out. It's like, well, not number three, not that I know of. I didn't find out, but I realized that I was attracting people that were showing me how I was cheating on myself with them because I was defining myself by them. And so I was cheating on myself because I was looking for my self worth out here, which is cheating on myself. And I was like, whoa, wow, I see it now. So I feel like it's like, all right, it's important for you to honor yourself with the Six of Wands and go, so you're lying to me, and so now I need to step away. You need to find a way to um, be with yourself and honor yourself and have that boundary, right? It's like I don't accept people in my life who are outright lying to me on purpose. And I'm going to use this time to reflect on me and I'm going to, stepping away from it because you will, if you, if you don't change anything, we're going to keep doing what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. Right. And that's what was me. Five times, actually, number five, they didn't cheat. And I learned what I needed to learn. And I was like, all right, but it's good to be able to step back and reflect on what is best for me and face our fears. The Eight of Swords is seeing what fears of ours have made us feel blinded and bound and trapped. And the big thing is defining yourself by someone else's actions, by someone else's mood and choices. And that's where our freedom can come in through all this here. I've been touting this wonderful book, and if you haven't checked out Mel Robbins, she's got a great Instagram channel and a podcast. But this is a great book. I'm not even like 59 pages in, but just listening to her on Instagram and all that, it's so wonderful about, I can't control other people. Well, if they want to lie to me, we'll let them, but now I get to let me decide what I want to do with this. And what I'm willing to put up with and what I'm not willing to put up with. But it's about returning to you. And this hermit and the Six of Wands energy is about you stepping away to decide what you want. You get to rise and be above on the horse and decide what you want to do and where you want to go, with it. But it's time for you to choose, um, what you're willing to accept. And if you can't change them. You can't make them be someone who tells the truth if they're a liar. And because they're doing that out of fear and they'll continue to do stupid stuff out of fear, So you want to realize, or do you want to stay with someone who's stupid? No, I'm just kidding. Come on, it's good to laugh, Charlene. Come on. It's like, yeah, that's true. There was a guru who someone in the audience asked him a question, and he goes, "So if I hear you right, if someone you're asking me if someone calls you stupid and you stay with them, are they right?" And the person in the audience was like, "Oh." And they're just like, "Just saying." So it was a good aha. It's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe they are right. If they call me stupid and I stay with them, yeah, they're not wrong. But hopefully that helps bring a little bit of lightness here. But um, hang in there, and know you're never, ever, ever alone. You're surrounded by a great host of beings of unconditional love and light who have your back. So hang in there, and sending you a lot of love. All right, everybody. That's it for this session. I will be back in on Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Also on Saturday and Sundays at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you're interested, we get together normally on Thursday nights. The next 3 weeks, we're getting together on Wednesday nights for my YouTube channel members. I have two levels: Zen Cricket $2.99 a month, Praying Mantis $7.99 a month. All that information's down in the description box. Um, and we have, unlimited readings during that night. We're together 2, 3 hours, sometimes 4. Do oracle readings too, past life readings. So that's all available. I also offer personal readings. All that information's down in the description box. And if you want other messages from Spirit, I've got a ton of content that we put out each month, and all that information all the playlists are in the description box of the video as well. All that's free. Um, so yeah. So hang in there. Enjoy this beautiful new moon in Taurus we have today. There's a video out for that, and how to make the most of your 10 new moon wishes. So be sure to check that out. And until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. After I'm done here in a sec, I will post a pinned comment listing all the readings and the timestamps. That'll be done here in like 30 seconds, maybe, if once I finish here. So much love to you guys. We'll see you when we see you. Until then, remember, have fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right, much love.